All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. You know how we do it around here,
Yeah.
getting into the nitty-gritty. So today we're going to be talking about something that's been in the news a lot lately.
Yeah.
And that's your mom jokes, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good your mom joke?
The classics never die.
Exactly. So we came across this fascinating article, and I mean, talk about a blast from the past. We're not just talking, decades or centuries. We're going all the way back to ancient Babylon.
Oh, yeah. Back to the cradle of civilization, right?
Yeah, like 500 years ago, we're talking about the oldest your mom joke ever discovered. Like, think about that for a second.
I know. It's incredible. Isn't it? Imagine those ancient scribes, like, just chilling, carving jokes into clay tablets.
Like, between writing laws and, documenting epic poems, they're just like, well, let's get a your mom joke in here.
Exactly. And we're not talking about some, obscure form of humor. This is a straight up recognizable your mom joke.
Yeah. So the article talks about this Babylonian tablet from around 1500 BCE. It's pretty damaged, but you can still make out the structure of the joke.
Yeah, you can definitely see the setup and the punchline, which is pretty amazing.
So what do you think, like, what was the Babylonian equivalent of your mom's so fat?
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe your mom's so heavy she makes the Euphrates River overflow.
I love it. Or like, your mom's ziggurat is so crooked, even the gods won't visit.
Oh, that's a good one. Ziggurat burns. Those are brutal.
Right. But seriously, though, it makes you wonder, like, what were they making fun of back then?
Well, I mean, think about what was important in Babylonian society. Things like status, family skills.
Okay, so maybe it was something like, your mom's so bad at cuneiform, she writes like a drunken donkey.
Haha, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe, or your mom's so clumsy she trips over her own beard.
Wait, beards? Women had beards.
No, I'm just kidding. That's me putting a modern twist on it, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, who knows? Maybe some of those jokes would still land today.
You never know. Humor can be surprisingly timeless.
That's so true. And the article mentions other ancient jokes, too, from that same era. And they cover topics like, bodily functions.
Ah, the classics.
Right. And marital problems. Like, seriously, some things never change.
It's human nature, right? We've always found humor in the same things.
It's wild. And it makes you think about the role of humor back then. Like, why were they telling these jokes?
Well, just like today, humor was probably a way to connect, to blow off steam, to deal with the stresses of life.
Makes sense. I mean, imagine you're building a ziggurat all day. You need a good laugh.
Exactly. It's a way to bond with your fellow workers, to maybe even poke fun at the authorities,
Yeah. Subvert the power structure a little bit.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe it even helped them cope with, the harsh realities of life back then.
Right, because life in ancient Babylon wasn't exactly a walk in the park.
No, it definitely wasn't. So yeah, humor served a lot of important social functions.
So it's really fascinating to see how these ancient jokes connect to modern humor, right? Like the topics might be different, but the underlying impulse to find the funny side of things, that's universal.
It really is. It shows that humor is like this fundamental part of the human experience.
Totally. And it makes you wonder if a Babylonian time traveler came to a comedy club today, would they even get the jokes?
That's a good question. I mean, some things might be lost in translation, but I bet some of those ancient jokes would still resonate.
I think so too. Like a good your mom joke is a good your mom joke no matter what century you're in.
I think you're right about that.
So yeah, there you have it, folks. From ancient Babylon to the modern day, your mom jokes have stood the test of time.
And will probably continue to do so.
Absolutely. So next time you hear a your mom joke, remember it's part of a long and hilarious tradition.
A tradition that goes all the way back to the very beginnings of civilization.
That's right. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the ancient world of your mom jokes.
Always a pleasure.
And until next time, keep those jokes coming because laughter truly is the best medicine.
Absolutely.